This weekend feels like it's going to be the last weekend of California's, like, we have these things called Indian summers where it doesn't get really hot until like September or so, but then it stays really hot until when everyone else is getting snow. So yeah, this feels like the last weekend of that, because it's well, Thanksgiving is in less than a week, and it's 75 degrees, or that's how hot it's supposed to be tomorrow. And I'm currently wearing a pea coat. I really love driving down this street this time of year for obvious reasons. It kind of feels like nature is rolling out some form of red carpet for the world to walk on, so we can feel special for a little while. That was oddly poetic. One thing that I've been really focused on a lot lately is my music. I've often struggled with a career path or something I really want to follow in life, and it's not that I'm aimless, because once I focus in on something, goddamn do I focus on it. I've been described as obsessive in the past with this sort of thing. Like when I was a kid, I thought I wanted to be an author, and I thought that off and on for a really long time, even into this year, when I was still in school. When I'd start writing a story, I would pour my heart, my soul, my time, my energy. It's all I would think about. That was my life, all of it. Like when I focus on something, I really focus on it. And I've been kind of disappointed in myself lately, because one of the reasons I dropped out of school was not only because it was bad for my mental health, but because I wanted to focus on my music. Because even though writing and authorship and stuff was always something that I really enjoyed, it never felt like a solid career path. It didn't feel like something I could dedicate myself to. It didn't feel like a lifestyle that appealed to me. And I've been playing music for about 8 years, and I've been writing songs for about 7. And I finally just decided one day that I was gonna pursue this dream of being a musician. That was one of the reasons I decided not to go to school anymore, so I could really focus on that and dedicate myself to it, because I feel like I'm actually a very talented songwriter and a very talented musician, and my friends and my colleagues and my fellow musicians seem to agree. And it's been really refreshing and very encouraging for me to even consider pursuing this because of them. But I've been disappointed in myself lately, because I dropped out of school the second week of October. I've written like one song and haven't recorded anything in that time. I need to start scheduling myself a recording schedule for songs, for all that stuff. But some of the good news is that I decided that when I recorded this first demo/EP that I'm going to send off to record labels and publish on Bandcamp, I decided that I wanted to have like 6 solid songs on there, and between 4 and 6, somewhere in there, preferably 6. I decided I was going to write 20 to 25 songs, and I was going to choose the best 6. And it turned out to be a far bigger undertaking than I thought, because I was going through notes and leaflets of old songs that I had written over the last like 4 years, and some were absolute shit. Most were absolute shit, but some were decent. But I kind of wanted to focus on this one, this time in my life of songwriting. And the other day, I wrote down all the songs that I'd finished that I thought were good enough to be considered part of the 20 songs that I had written specifically for this project, and I had 6. So I'm deciding whether I want to take the easy way out and just record those 6 songs and put them out and see what happens, or if I want to continue and write 14 more songs, or reimagine 14 more songs that I've already written and see what happens. And I've pretty much decided I'm going to go with option B, because if I'm going to dedicate my life to being some form of musical figure, I want to be known for being good. I don't want to just put out 6 songs because I had 6 songs that were done. And if it turns out that the 6 songs I do have done are the 6 songs that end up on the EP, that's fine, because at least I'll have, 14 others that I worked my ass off on. The more I talk about this sort of project, the better I feel. The more enticed I feel to continue writing, and the more inspired I feel for the music I want to write, and the less I want to limit myself to one specific type of songwriting, because I consider myself like a folk rock musician, because my music is too electric to be folk, and it's too folk to be electric. So it's not rock and roll, it's not folk, it's folk rock. I'm just rolling with that. And I'm trying not to limit myself to any one specific type of song. So I have some songs out there that I've written that sound like, things as folksy as Nickel Creek, which is actually closer to like the bluegrass side, or, Shaky Graves, or Shovels and Rope, and then stuff that's as poppy as like fucking Ed Sheeran. Like I wrote a song the other day that straight up sounded like it could be an Ed Sheeran B-side. Not because it was like that musical quality. I'm not saying I'm as good or, better than Ed Sheeran or what. I'm just saying like it had that vibe, and it was really, really interesting. Anyways, I'm at work now, just pulling into the parking lot, but I don't start for about an hour, so I'm just gonna chill and probably do some video editing. All right. I work in a coffee shop over in there. The parking lot here is huge, but it is not big enough to contain the Bay Area. Therefore, I had to park all the way down there somewhere, just so I could walk into my job. And as I say that, a spot literally 50 feet from the front door of the store I work at opens up. This is why there is no God. As you can tell, the end of my day has come, and I open tomorrow, so I have to be back here at 5:30 a.m. Kill me. And I'm gonna go pick up some melatonin right now from Rite Aid or Walgreens or whatever I find, so I don't die in the morning. Here we go. I am rating that Walgreens experience with a 3 out of 10 because everyone in there was either really mean, really weird, or really rude. Employees and customers alike. I went to bed at 7:30 last night, and I woke up at 3:30, and it's now 5:05, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this video and start a new one in like 3 seconds. So until then,